Hey guys, I'm Patrick Hall with Fstoppers.com, and today I've been shooting engagement photos of two friends of mine here in this park in Charleston, South Carolina. And I've been doing a little mix of natural light and lighting with a strobe, and the pictures look really great. But here in a minute, the sun is actually going to set, and in many cases, the ambient light in this park is going to go really, really blue. So I'm going to show you how you can put gels on your light and completely change the mood of your photographs. So this is Jake and Christy. They're friends of mine that just got engaged. So we're down here in the park taking pictures. I've been shooting with natural light and with strobe light, and these images look great. In a minute, once the sun sets, this entire park is going to go really blue. And once I light them with the strobe light, it's going to make the images still look kind of dark and dreary, even though they're going to be properly exposed. So for this first shot, I'm just simply going to set the camera to 5,000 Kelvin, which would be normally a good setting for white light coming out of our strobe. And I'm just going to take a test shot here. And as you can see, the light on them is great. It's nice and white. It looks very natural to our eyes, but the park now has gone extremely blue because the sun has set. What you might think is just bump the white balance up to like 8,000 or even 10,000, and you'll make the scene nice and warm again. But the problem is our strobe now is going to be neon orange, and that's not going to look good on these guys. So what I have here is a Roscoe blue gel, and I've just cut a little strip here. This is the CTB, which is color temperature blue. So typically what I do is I just use some gaffer's tape. It's always good to carry this around with you. And if you want, you can actually cut these out perfectly the right size so they sit in there a little bit better. I don't really care. I like to be able to have more gel so I can double it up. So now that I've put the blue gel on the light, let me just take a picture without changing the white balance to show you the effect of the gel in general. And as you can see, our background is still a little blue, but our subject is really blue because we now have a blue gel. So to fix this issue, I'm going to set my Kelvin really high. I'm going to manually set it to even 10,000, which is the highest Kelvin that I can get on my camera. And that's basically going to make the whole background nice and warm, but because we have the blue gel on the flash, it's going to still allow our couple to be lit with nice white light. So let me go ahead and take this test shot. You guys get in there close. So now, as you can see, we have consistent color both on our subject and in the background. It's nice and warm, even though the color in the scene is kind of cold and blue and it doesn't look as well as it should for photographs. So as you can see, putting a blue gel on your flash can be super useful, especially if you want to bring up the warmth in your scene, but you still want to keep the white balance correct on your couple. I want to show you another little tip you can do in the opposite direction, where we can use a warming gel to really cool down the background. But to do that, let's find an area that's got more sky in the scene, and I think if we just head over here by the water, we're going to have the perfect location for this demonstration. So we've moved out of the park, we're here on the Battery, we have the nice water here, the sun's actually set. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just take a quick picture of Jake and Christy here, and I'm just going to set the camera to 5,000 and just show you a typical shot that I would take with nice clean white light. So if you guys will get together there, and we'll just take a quick shot. And as you can see, this is a pretty standard shot. We have nice warm sunset light behind them, and then we have a nice white light in front of them. So when I'm in the park, typically I want foliage and trees. I want everything to be really warm. But when I'm out here and I have this open sky, in many cases you want to make that sky really, really blue. And so the best way to do that, I've found, is just to put a warm gel on your flash, drop your white balance down to a much cooler setting, and it's going to allow your sky to go really, really dark blue, but you're still going to get pretty natural looking light on your subject. So I have the gel taped into my beauty dish. I'm going to lower my white balance from 5,000 to, let's go maybe to like 3,100. And we actually got these birds coming. Let me try to get these. Perfect. So as you can see in this photograph, the sky is just a really, really dark blue. It looks really spectacular, but if I was just to take another shot here towards the sky with just a standard 5,000 Kelvin, you can see that the sky is almost white. Like, it's got the nice orange gradient on the horizon, but it goes to like kind of a white, boring look. If we had a crazy sunset, it would probably make the sky even more dramatic, or if it's an overcast sky, you can use this same technique to put a lot of color in a sky that might be gray or white. So I've been using these techniques for years now. I make sure I keep a set of gels in my bag all the time. But if you're at a wedding or you're shooting a family portrait or something, especially at the beach, and you have skies that are really boring, they're nice and clear like they are tonight, In many cases, it's nice to just throw a few gels on your flash, completely change the white balance, and it'll allow you to get images that are super dramatic. Your clients don't quite understand what you just did, but when they see the photos, it makes a big, impactful difference. And in many cases, people think you're gelling your light so that you can change the color of the light on your subject, but in many cases, I'm actually gelling the light so that I can change the color in the background. So remember, we changed our white balance in camera to get a correct color from the strobe, but then that allowed our background to wildly swing from extremely warm, even in shade, to very, very cool, even during a sunset. And also, it's really important for you to shoot raw so that you can take these images into Lightroom and Photoshop and correctly get the perfect white balance on your subject while still using the exaggerated color that you've chosen for the background. If you guys enjoy content like this, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Also, head over to fstoppers.com where we produce content like this every single day. And if you want to learn from some of the best photographers in the world, head over to fstoppers.com/store.